Welcome, y'all. What's going on? Returning and new subscribers. Welcome. Welcome. Upon entering, make sure you like the video. And I would like for you to comment in the chat. What are you feeling at this moment? Okay. So let me put that here. Let me know how you're feeling. Well, let me know what you're feeling because how belongs to source. So we'll connect to source and gain clarity as to how you're being suggested to handle what you're feeling. Okay. Yeah. Whew. Blessings, beloved Lydia. Blessings, love. So, yeah, because you have this message here the gift, number 39, big picture thinking, and the 7 star sisters. Big picture thinking is the full moon's energy that we are approaching on the 14th, which is also connected to the 10 of swords. 614 would be 10 of swords. So Sun, Mercury, and Gemini, that's the vibes of that 614, third deacon of the sign of Gemini. Okay. But a lot of you have been going through massive cleanses, transformations, and now you're receiving this new program. However, it's not so new. This is you reclaiming back the power of your soul. The reason you went through these obstacles and challenges, now it's pouring down on you, or will be. Okay? I feel like I'm reaching for impossible dreams and goals like an imposter. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. You just confirmed a message that I was going to share with you all because I was sitting here channeling. Well, more so having that conversation. You're feeling heavy? Okay, I got you. All right. I can sense that also. That's why I was like, what are y'all feeling? You feel like you're under attack. Okay. Okay. Now remember, right before everything starts to come in, you already know you're going to get tempted, right? To do things the way you used to. No. But as I was saying, you confirmed what I was thinking earlier. I was like, first and foremost, anyone who's training as a professional athlete and dares themselves to train themselves, that alone is just showing that you are willing to trust the unknown, trust the universe, trust the Most High, because the Most High at that point is your coach. So you see now, y'all that are in here that connect to me, you got that same vibe too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you've been going through a journey, for some of you alone. Majority of you go through this spiritual path alone because understanding is a personal thing, which is why it becomes a challenge when you're asking someone to understand where you're coming from. If you have to get that deep into a conversation where that's not it. If you got to force somebody to understand you, you don't understand yourself, because you shouldn't even be doing that. Because when we're speaking of understanding, let's look at it this way. What's standing under the sacral chakra is the root chakra, the solar plexus, the sacral and the root chakra. Standing under the heart chakra is the solar plexus. It's not saying this person, that person, this person, and that person. It's speaking of your chakra centers. That's what this journey is all about, for you to understand self. And in that understanding of self, here comes the feedback that you get from the world outside of you. Now, a lot of you right now, because Saturn is retrograde, right? So, in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius has a lot to do with I know. With Saturn being retro, it's going to allow you to handle what you know without the lesson. But that also means you have to step forward. Okay? See where we're at with this? And Mercury is still in the shadow phase of it, stationing back direct. So you still got those murky-like waters trotting behind you. Okay? So you may feel heavy, you may feel like you're under attack, but this is the old you that's removing itself from you. This is a great time to do those things that you enjoy doing, that allows that inner child to have a moment. Basically mothering yourself, nurturing yourself. Okay? So tomorrow is 666, the number of man. Protons, electrons, neutrons. That's a whole pen. We're still in Gemini season. Whatever you write down, you can manifest. This is why I say allow that imagination to run wild, because wild is natural. So write down whatever it is that you feel like is making you heavy. Keep people out of it. Keep the names out of it. Because if it's not that name, then nothing's going to be done. Focus more on the energy. It's the same thing when you're manifesting the energy of the person that you want in your life. You have to become that first. Okay. And once you're done with that, burn it up or cut it up. And as you're cutting it or watching it burn, allow yourself to release it, because it's being released, it's being cut out, it's being burnt out. Okay. So you got the gift and it popped right out. Almost like giving birth to the new, like it says here, birthing creations, the 7 star sisters. Also connect to your 7 chakras too. It's also the number of God, completion, one of the numbers of completion. Because you also have 9. This big picture thinking right here, some of you are opening up new portals because of this transformation that you have here. Notice how this is 2 different worlds here, though. Okay. 2 different worlds. You got your ancestors and your spirit guides, or your galactic family, waiting for you to connect the dots and realize, oh, this is happening for me and through me, not to me. Okay? Everything is happening for and through you, not to you. This is the beauty of this spiritual journey, because if you look at it from the ego standpoint, of course, now everything's going to happen to you. It becomes more physical. So let's read the gift. Let's read the gift. It opened up to fairy energy. Some of you could have fairies around you as well, cleaning things up. And the vibration you're connected to, that's what you could also be feeling as well. So 1033, spiritual guidance surrounds you now. There are times in this life when you know you have been given a great gift. It can be a life-changing moment, one in which you feel suddenly that all has changed and what once was can never be the same again. Because what has taken place has been a gift, a way of seeing, feeling, perceiving the energies all about you. And this is now what lies before you. You are being offered a great gift, one which is in part destiny, in part reward, in part plea for you to receive this gift of perception, to begin to see what lies beyond the confines of the world others call real, and to become a being who understands the language of the spirit as it is expressed in the world. The gift may come in the form of visions and of knowledge, but it comes from a trusted source in ways that cascade and gather, just as they do down this waterfall until its presence can no longer be denied. There's a sacred trust being placed in you by the beings of the hidden worlds. So that's another reason why. The more you do the shadow work, you realize what it is, you gain that control of your own shadow, and then begin to move forward towards the light. You're becoming that beacon for those energies that seek that. So there's nothing to be worried about or fearful of, because you know yourself, or at least that's what you will be doing, knowing yourself even more, to the point that you actually expect these energies because you know that those energies need healing. Now, if there isn't nothing physically around you that you can pinpoint, these are probably still things that are hidden within self. And at the beginning of the day, it does begin with self. Okay. So as you grow in your connection to spirit, those energies do get stronger, but so do you. All right. Let's keep that in mind. They ask you, it says here, there is a sacred trust being placed in you by the beings of the hidden worlds. They ask you to be their emissary on this planet. Be the vessel. Know, amidst the ordinary moments of our lives, that within these two lie the sacred. It is the intent which we bring to those moments that determines whether all we do is an offering and is made sacred, or if it is simply in the domain of the mundane. Dear one, we come to you now and ask you to receive this gift. We ask you to know you are a chosen one, to take the gift and persevere also what is sacred in the moments great and small of your life. Once accepted, life will change, and you will change too, in ways that will quench the deep thirst of your soul. The illumination for this card: it is now my time to receive. I accept these gifts of the hidden worlds gladly and with an open heart. So you see now there are things wanting to connect themselves to you to close you up. But what did you do all this work for to begin with? To remain closed up, or to get open and receptive in connection to the Most High? I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my ancestors and spirit guides. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Daisy. Mama Daisy, thank you. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the gods and goddesses that flow through me as me for you and I collected to use our mind's eye to see. Okay, so just know the stronger you get, that means you can elevate. And I always like the whole aspect of working out. The stronger you get, the more you're going to be able to take on, the heavier the load. But that's because you're stronger. But that don't mean that you got to let that load sit on you all day. You're not going to sit here and do squats and squat for 24 hours, right? Look at your situation like that. Look at it as it says it's happening for you to make you stronger, to remind you who you are. You know what I mean? So let's get into the look at that. Split the deck. Answer the call, it said. Communication with and on purpose only. It seems like some of you also disconnected from a lot of people or situations that could be wanting to come back around. Look at that shit. It said no. Wow. And you got this, which speaks of protection when it comes to psychological forces going against you. This symbol here. Turisas, gateway, the location of non-doing. Strong one, conflict, a tool, a weapon, defense, protection against unconscious and sociological forces. But also having a breakthrough, lightning. This is a tower moment. Destruction of enemies, curses, binds, and fetters. This shit ain't coming up for no reason. You feel me? So the stronger you get, the bigger the giant is going to be. Until it realizes, oh shit, I can't get this one. Then it wants to become an ally. Let's see. No came out again. Othila, separation, withdrawal. Here, higher, shedding old skin and outdated relationships. Because you're on your way to your inheritance, that gift you're supposed to be having in this lifetime. In order for you to connect to greater peace, heaven on earth, ancestral spiritual power, permanent wealth, not temporary, not here and there, permanent. So you think there's going to be a moment where it's going to flow now. But on your way there, it's kind of like turbulence. You know what I'm saying? Some flights have them, some flights don't. Some flights have them a lot, some flights have a little. You got Gemini here at the bottom of the deck, though. Continue to do your affirmations, because this is what's going to allow you to connect to your soul. Leo energy, 5th house energy, and then you got the full moon coming up here as well. Some of you, highly recommended right now, get more into your human design. Understand those gates that are connected to your human design. It'll show you what's happening. Okay. And you got the lunar eclipse, waning gibbous, which is after the full moon. And then you have 1 month. Then you have the waning crescent. Didn't we get this yesterday? You got the waning and the waning crescent will be right before the new moon. I just felt from this is where the Most High, or those energies that are surrounding you and protecting you, remove these things, but you have to apply forgiveness. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Welcome. Because look here, that which has wounded you has great potential to heal you. Get more familiar with Chiron. Learn from the past. Do not stay there. Things are happening for and through you, not to you. Get more familiar with your Mercury placement, because Mercury, the brain, instructs the rest of your body and your thoughts, and we're in the age of mentalism. 929 on the clock. We have egg cleanse. Some of you may have done an egg cleanse 6 months ago, or the next 6 months, every month here, in order for you to cleanse whatever this energy is that's surrounding you. Then you have the first quarter. Now, challenges, confidence, and commitment. Let me see where the moon is at right now. We're going to go inside of degrees to get a little bit more intel on it. Let's see what we got. We got the waxing crescent in Leo. I need the degrees though. What about us? It's at 27 degrees. Just want to make sure. Because 27, that's another number that's been popping through a lot. 27 and 38 are numbers that have been showing themselves a whole lot. And one is 9 and the other one is 11. And 27 speaks of my father is judge. Let me see. The father of judgment. It's also connected to 1777. To act as judge, minister judgment, to plead a cause, to govern. Collectively, whether people are aware of this, they're being shifted into governing themselves. Okay? So that also trickles down into other areas of your life in any relationship. Whether you can pinpoint the situation, it still has an effect on it. Okay? So let's see. Inside degrees, 27. A beaded curtain, a double identity, outwardly conventional, appropriate, legitimate, and orthodox, inwardly alien, cosmic, involved with other realities, and boldly exploring the infinite. That just really described what this looks like here. Okay. You feel compelled by inner necessity to maintain both worlds and to serve the outer by bolstering goodwill everywhere. Yet, this is achieved with a fraction of your awareness and sensibility. Meanwhile, the depths, the heights, the many worlds beyond are there, are attended to, and thoroughly made your own. You are the iceberg person with a wonderful tip showing, and a fabulous wealth of goodies inside to partake in endlessly. And we're stepping into the moon going into Virgo. So here we go. Welcome, Saggy. While the moon is in Virgo, you'll be able to analyze a lot of what's going on. So shake off whatever you can control. Some of you are asking, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? It's not your space. Who, what, when, where, and why is you. That's one of the runes too. The beginning and end are set. What's in between is up to you. The how belongs to source. Some of you have asked how and took back or decided to do something regarding that how. And things are still kind of rocky. We have here the activated Earth and the Star Brothers with the Falcon. which speaks of also having a high level of trust. If you take a moment to watch falconry for a bit, there's certain things that you can watch that without forcing it. You know what I'm saying? Without forcing the logical of it. Just allow your eyes to take in what it is, just like everybody else is doing all this other stuff, taking in all this other news and this and that. Do it with moderation, obviously. But if you notice that these things are having a tendency to drain your energy, you got to be mindful of that, especially while Venus is in Taurus. Has a lot to do with responding to the wisdom of your body. Okay. And Venus also rules Libra, cause and effect. It's your responsibility to hold yourself accountable for what you're experiencing. What you cannot control, you got to leave that up to source. And the beautiful thing about leaving that up to source, there's a higher power that's willing to shift something in the blink of an eye, because in that realm, there's no such thing as time. So the when, have some control when you're asking when. Because remember that realm that's actually here now, but you have to know the ways to use it, how to use it, how is what source, and the how is your connection to source. So let's keep going before I sit here and start preaching and shit. But let me yo, I get you though. Like, I felt the vibes too. I was like, something major is about to happen. And we about to find out. So, y'all ready? Got your seatbelts on? Because you know we about to get the fuck up on out of here in this message. So look at that. Angel of balance. See? The light. And then you got triumph under that, which is the chariot. The sun and the chariot. Number 7. So here we go. What do you want the collective to know right now? Look at that. Deception and envy and mental conflict. Yeah. That's 9 of Swords energy. That leads to anxiety. Now, anxiety is having a strong focus on the future, but your power is here in the now. Okay. Your power is here in the now. So if you find yourself anxious, you're too far ahead. If you find yourself getting depressed now, don't take this as a, you know what I'm saying? Like, you do what you do to make sure you're right. These are just messages here from source to you, okay? If you find yourself in this depressive state, you're stuck in the past. Anxiety, you're too far ahead. You got to balance it out. You got to bring it back to center, okay? Bring it back to center. All right, here we go. What's the message? Recognition and reward. Okay, that's 3 of Pentacles. Let's keep going. 3 of Pentacles. That right there, that's Mars and Capricorn, though. There's no way, unless you decide to, where you won't be successful, or you won't connect to what it is that you want to manifest. Then you have number 20, the truth, recognition and reward. Recognize yourself as the truth first and foremost. Look at that. Balance comes right out with it. For some of you, 2011 is highly significant right now. There's something from 2011. You can go back to your 938. What was 38 again? See, I told you. Buckle your seatbelt. I just want to make sure. 38. My father is the sea, King of Judah. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. March 2011. or 2011, June 5th, around this time. Even last year, around this time, completing a cycle now. These portals are wide open. Okay. The portal I'm speaking of is similar to the one that's in one of these cards. Is the door to spirit. Once you walk through that door, all of the debris washes off of you, similar to how you saw in the gift. Okay. But you have to bring balance to what it is that is being shown to you that is true. Don't make any excuses for anybody or anything in your life that must go in order for you to evolve. All right. That's just on a 3D level. Now we're speaking of 5D and above. Now we're speaking of entities from another lifetime that could be distracting you so you don't recognize who you are. Okay. And they'll come through in spaces where you are most vulnerable. So you can close that door back up again. But know that when you're vulnerable is when source can connect to you. Okay. So sensitivity is a great power. There was a great message here from the Pyramid of Light that I was reading earlier. I'm going to read it out to y'all right now. It just went to the portal of light, which is, it is the only physical reality that is bound by space and time, by time and space. You are a being conscious on levels beyond this world. You are guided to work with your healing powers, but beyond the confines of time and space, and to allow your sense of self to expand. It is safe for you to do this now because those energies are doing it towards you. You will not become ungrounded through such spiritual growth. You are not leaving your earthly awareness. You are instead adding to it. Okay? So if you're experiencing like these ascension headaches, you have to ground yourself. Your ass is way out there for a minute now. Kind of like your boy over here. Okay? Let me go to the Pyramid of Light message. Let's see. Let's see, baby. Let's see. Pillar of Light is the descendant of the star Isis, but I want pyramid. Let's see. There we go. Pyramid of Light, psychic protection. As a being growing in significant light, darker energies can become more attracted to you. There is nothing to fear and only more mastery and awareness of the power and protection of divine love to experience. Here is guidance on the skills you have within you to handle any undesired interference. The Pyramid of Light confirms that energies have been causing interference with your path, and it is time now to end that interference with love and compassion. Because if it's not with love and compassion, although Saturn is retrograde, when it goes back to direct, you're going to get tenfold of the lesson instead of the gift. Okay. And if you have to repeat the lesson, obviously it's going to get a little bit more challenging. You'll be able to handle it, but you also could take accountability for what you've learned so you can move forward, not repeat the same lesson you just had, so you can receive that reward. Okay. Now, it says here, as the ritual for this is amazing too, is when you're sitting with your legs crossed or sitting on a chair with your back straight. But it says here to state, say aloud with firm, peaceful, and loving voice that does not waver. And it goes like this. As a sovereign being of light, I now claim full ownership of my energy field, and any being or entity that is draining my energy or fueling me with fear no longer has my permission to be in my energy field. You must leave, beloveds. I honor you and wish you well, but you cannot stay here anymore, and you cannot return. On my own free will and through divine grace and the protection of unconditional love, this is now so. So be it. I'm going to say it 2 more times. As a sovereign being of light, you can close your eyes and place your hands on your chest, right and left hand on your chest first, and use the right hand on top of it, okay? As a sovereign being of light, I now claim full ownership of my energy field, and any being or entity that is draining my energy or fueling me with fear no longer has my permission to be in my energy field. You must leave, beloveds. I honor you and wish you well, but you cannot stay here anymore, and you cannot return. Of my own free will and through divine grace and the protection of unconditional love, this is now so. So be it. As a sovereign being of light, I now claim full ownership of my energy field, and any being or entity that is draining my energy or fueling me with fear no longer has my permission to be in my energy field. You must leave, beloveds. I honor you and wish you well, but you cannot stay here anymore, and you cannot return. Of my own free will and through divine grace and the protection of unconditional love, this is now so. So be it. I read that earlier because I had my moment too. I did. Because I was really reflecting on so much of the journey, and I was like, shit. Looking at it as the observer, though. Of course, you shed your cheers. You shed those tears so you can cheer up. Okay. This too shall pass. It's going to, it has to. You don't storm forever. For some of you, you actually are the storm. You're learning that as part of your power. It's a beautiful power. It's one that cleanses. It actually sends a certain type of voltage when you hear that thunder. I feel like it resets the heartbeat in a way that only the heartbeat understands, understands, and overstands what it's feeling at that moment. It doesn't have to be storming right now, but you can listen to some thunder and lightning when you go to bed and just sit there and just allow that rumble to shake off whatever it is that's within you, around you. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. We getting that out. We getting that out. Yeah. Authority. You have authority over this mental conflict. Y'all all do. This is Moon and Libra, by the way. 2 of Swords. Emotions connected to memories when it comes to balancing relationships. Any relationship. That energy is what's showing you more of who you are, the I am that I am, so you can connect to the God and Goddess that you are. But you got to remember, and it's through the pain, the obstacles and challenges, the illusion of the pain, obstacles and challenges that gets you to see who you are. You're fine. Okay. You're so fine. That's why these energies come to you. But guess what? They come to you because they seek the healing that you have. And you're here to shed that light. So let's see. What else you got now? You're here to shed that light. Tell them again, people. Number 10. You see that? Destiny. This is the wheel, baby. And that literally is the energy of the full moon in Sag, the wheel of fortune. 111. Alignment. Preparing yourself to set that solid foundation when it comes to the core values of who you truly are and who you've always been. But you just have to go through a process to remember that. Everyone's process is different. And that's another thing too, where you may have people who seek you and feel like, you know, your situation is not as strong as theirs, but each one has their own journey, and each one's situation is not more than the other. It's specific to you. There shouldn't be no competition in that either. Whose burdens are stronger than the fuck? No. Let's see what else. And then we're going to get some numbers off of this. Look at that. I'm telling you. 111. 1111. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Come on, yo. Prosperity. You see? You had your hand in your heart not too long ago, right? It's the Ace of Pentacles, boo. Ace of Pentacles, gold, stability, fulfillment, ecstasy, material achievement, successful ventures, beginning of prosperity. Now, this is also connected to April 22nd to the 27th. So Mercury, it's passing through that right now. So you're really collecting whatever it is that is going to allow you to recognize the gift and be the gift. Let's see what's at the top. The universe, I'm telling you. The universe got you, beloved. Beloved, you hear me? Beloved. Beloved. Look at that. And you got hope. You got the universe and the star on the top of the deck. Chill out. Chill. Now you see why you feel heavy, why you may feel like you're under it. Because look at this shit that you got. Come on now. You got the angel of balance. Ain't nothing to fear. Ain't nothing to worry about. They want you to worry, though. They want you to worry. This is what these obstacles and challenges were for. Saturn and Leo is the 5 of Wands. Okay? Obstacles and challenges you had to experience so you can connect to your solar plexus, which is Leo's energy, which is where your willpower to be the creator, and the sun is the soul, creating from your soul authentically, whatever it is that you do. Under that, what do you have? Heartache and loss. Yeah, that's Saturn. Look at all this Saturn energy to get you to realize all that you have from the root. First and foremost, right on up. What's under this? Let me see. Woman holding a heart. There you go. You see that 144 though, right? Or 441. Come on now. Shit, mama. Welcome. Shoo. So let's look at these numbers. 320. Let's roll, y'all. Let's roll. I didn't want to do that. Okay. Believe me and know this. I feel what y'all be experiencing. That's why my eyes be turning up out. That's why I be dancing. 320 is the end. It means the end. Daniel 2:28. However, there is a God in heaven who reveals mysteries, and he has made known to King Nebuchadnezzar Nezar. Now that's connected to what is that? The gardens, the something gardens, one of the seven wonders. What will take place in the latter days. This was your dream and the visions in your mind while on your bed. So that's really where most of you are heading with this here. It's to really receive these mysteries of life in general and to release these outdated beliefs of everything that you have known thus far that has even stepped you into these obstacles and challenges or relationships for you to say, I don't want to do this shit no more. I'm tired of this. What we doing next? Da, 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 da. You feel me? So let me look at this 2011 right quick. 320 is the end. 2011, lamentation, a valley, deep and narrow ravine with steep rocky sides located southwest of Jerusalem, separating Mount Zion to the north from the hill of evil counsel. Tell me more about this, source. Tell me more about this. Let me see. Tell me more about the end and the valley. I want to know more about the end and the valley. You got the Eight of Libra, which is the Eight of Swords. Victim mentality, confusion, tunnel vision. It's the end of that here, okay? Echo chamber. No more feeling out of touch with self. Within a few days, it says here, 8, 7. Within a few days, what? Speak your truth, 878. It's time. 8887. Within a few days. That's Page of Cups vibes, though. Within a few days. But this Page of Cups, this offer that's coming in, that's going to be emotionally fulfilling, where it washes all of this that you're feeling at this current moment, is coming from source. Again, this is why you have these distractions that you may be having at this time. Because it is time to speak your truth, be heard, speak up, communicate, make known. Okay, let's see. Baby, you got the rainbow, honey. Okay, you got the whole rainbow here. Wish granted, serendipity, blessings, patience pays off, abundance, hope, good luck. But that's when preparation meets opportunity, and that's also connected to Sag vibes. 9 of Cancer. Some of you may have Cancer at a 9 degree, which is a degree of Sag as well. So you could also see a major shift, or anywhere you have a planet transiting the 9th house. Patience, promise, godsend, creation, manifesting wealth. Again with the wealth. Perfect timing. Perfect timing is divine's timing. This that came out with it, Person of Water. Emotionally connected, psychic, empathic, intuitive, sensitive, heart-centered, feels deeply, takes things personally. Taking things personally is wise to do because it is your life. But you also have to, balance that out. Don't do it to a point where you increase this victim mentality. Okay? So within a few days, it says here, it's going to be time for you to speak your truth. Okay? Gratitude in all ways for self, breathe, breaths, and standing in my own power as I honor my journey and others. Many things are showing me the mystic paths. I love it. And that's what we're really opening up to, the truth of the real world. It is spiritual. The real world is spiritual. The game of life is to make it more material. But you see, that time of that energy is up. So this is where you can also feel that tug and pull. Another thing that was coming to my mind was, look at the last few years that we have. No one thought that would ever happen. And that was like, you know what I'm saying? That in itself, and when it comes to mindset, people have already been able to turn on something where whatever they thought could never happen, happened. But some way, somehow it went away. For some. You know what I'm saying? So another thing I would say about that, the Most High is not going to allow this planet to ever be destroyed by humankind. Ever. Humans will go first. Or whatever it is, whatever is being on this, in this realm, will go first. Not this planet. Okay. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes when it comes to that type of vibes too, that you all are also feeling. It's not just, your own dynamic relationships. This shit bigger than all of us right now. Colossal. Where y'all got me going with this right now? Your soul hears me though. Your soul knows what I'm speaking of. Your soul knows what I'm speaking of. Because I tend to sometimes speak in parables for a reason. It's not a hidden thing for anyone not to know. No, it's something that your soul remembers, but it has to hear it again. Tell me about that energy right now. Spring, which was the solar eclipse. The maiden, which would be Earth. Earth is the maiden. And she wants you all to get into more of yoga, balance with self, balancing the chakras, inner child healing, especially if you feel this, this vibe of things not being as clear as you may want them to be. But that's just all part of the process, beloved. Don't allow that to set you back to who you used to be. Because that's what it's designed for. To get you to go back so you can't see where it is that this rainbow is directing you towards. Look at all this prosperity. Mountaintop. Then you got curtain call at the bottom of the deck. It's showtime, baby. You see recognition again right here. And we were speaking about Saturn's energy, and you have here recognition and reward. Recognize the lessons that you've gone through. That's probably, I feel like that's what Source is waiting for some of y'all to really stand firm on. Stand firm on like this, like the process. You see how my hands just placed there like that? It wasn't, listen, it wants you to really know, trust, and believe that everything that you have experienced, and then you hear me saying this over and over again, that things have happened for and through you, not to you. Whatever doesn't have, the authority to remain around you, that's what that pyramid of light message was. Okay. Let's get some tarot cards. Let's see. Let's get a little bit more here. Let's go to the original babies. Here we go. What do you want them to know, sis? What is the message here for the collective? Sorry. Excuse me, rather. What is the message? One more. Trust that you have the ability to do the impossible. You do. That's why it's coming to you. It won't come to you if you weren't capable of it. Simple as that. Divine timing is at play. Another Saturn card. Yo, Saturn is really... Let me see the degrees of it right quick. '25, which is an Aries degree. Okay. We read that yesterday. I think we did. Actually, let me read this over here. It says, vicarious experience, living through others, collecting data, knowing what everybody thinks. You put your attention rapidly outside yourself into the collective, and it traps in pitfalls, circulating in the thick of the collective karmas. You are cynically fascinated by what is wrong, what is miserable, what is rotten, gathering lessons from the worst. Somewhat taken over by the downward tug of wastage, decadence, and the end of things. Witty and stimulating, provocative and penetrating, but cut off from spirit. You wander in the maze of cultural intellect, finding the meaning where there is mostly nothingness. Galactic signature. We're going to go deeper into it with that, because this gets you on the wave of what is connected to the universe. It's the white overtone mirror. The affirmation for the white overtone mirror, Kin 18. 18 is the moon. But it speaks of commanding, radiance, empowerment, reflecting order and endlessness. Affirmation: I empower in order to reflect. Commanding order, I seal the matrix of endlessness. With the overtone of radiance, I am guided by the power of death. Okay? You're being guided right now through the power of your transformation. Saturn in Taurus, the polar opposite to Taurus is Scorpio. This would be a polar opposite card to this. In that sense, Scorpio energy would be the Seven of Cups, which is all about the illusions. All about the illusions, but what is real? What's the truth? You have the Knight of Cups here. We were speaking of the Page of Cups earlier. And then we got the Four of Cups. This is Moon in Cancer. We have a new Moon in Cancer coming up after the full moon in Sag. And what was that one? Is that a personal issue reaches resolution? I think so. In the Moon Oracle deck. But you have here a message that's coming in. So for some of you, there's an opportunity coming, but if you're sitting here, you're not going to see it. If you're sitting here like this, looking at the past, dwelling on the past, you're not going to see it. This shit going to pass you right by, and it's going to go to the next opportunity that's actually prepared for divine timing to set in. So let's see. Look at that. Split the deck. We got justice. Cause and effect there. Let's see. What do you got here? What's the Seven of Pentacles? Amen. So now we have Saturn and Taurus, speaking of obstacles and challenges in order for you to see your self-worth, gain that enlightenment. Things have been delayed, but they're not being denied. Okay? Once you gain that clarity, you'll be able to step into that power of the number 4 or stand like the tree as well. It's divine timing for a lot of you to really uncover all these hidden secrets too. Hidden enemies. 10-10. Enough is enough. Been enough. 101 on the timer. Some of you have to you're recognizing or allow yourself to embrace the fact that you're going to be recognizing yourself and only you yourself, but with the connection to source, creation. If I had to choose between support, I would go to the universe first, because human beings, can be a little flaky. That was a major lesson I had to learn. You know what I'm saying? As an athlete, and realizing everything that was going on around me. For some reason, I had to take the journey I took where the support wasn't what you thought it would be from those who knew what I was doing, where I was heading. It showed me, oh, you really don't want me to succeed, because when you need the assistance, when you're asking for assistance and people know you and what you're doing, and they just look at you like, remember, some of you are earth angels just like myself. And you undergo a lot of things here that let me tell you something, people literally take themselves out for. There was even the moment that when I was really opening up to this, what I was supposed to do, because once I hit 30, Source was like, all right, you done playing like a mogul? You done? Because it's time for you to tap in. 2 months right before that, I had the only experience, actually was right after that. I laid in bed for like 2 weeks. I didn't want nobody bothering me, talking to me, nothing. And I just laid there. I was like, oh, this is what people feel like when they're thinking of taking themselves out. But that's not it though. Like, Source really put me through these thoughts that people have that it becomes unbearable. You connect to me for this reason, because you're here to be that light. You're strong enough to go through whatever the fuck it is that comes at you. That ain't shit. Oh God, yo. That's the fucking truth, yo. Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Pentacles under that. Twice. Telling you. Look at that. 9 of Swords comes out thereafter. Some of you feel anxious to do or to take the road less traveled, like for real. And being honest with yourself about what it is that you're taking in. This is a purging moment for the collective. We're approaching the summer solstice soon. So before each season, you have this conditioning week, so that way you can do what you must do in that upcoming season. What's the 9 of Swords here? The Hierophant Taurus energy, which really clarifies this over here. Like, are you Are you really, truly ready to take those keys? You have the keys, you have the tools, you have the knowledge. This is really getting into your spirit. If you want to get out of this, you better tap into your Hierophant energy. This is the high priest, which means that you're now connected to your throat chakra, your mind's eye. You're not so much focused on this because this creates a lot of illusions. And for some of you, that was a whole part of the process here. Planting seeds and allowing things to unfold naturally. Right? And planting seeds before leaving sprouts out of the soil, that's a moment of darkness. You don't see anything, but you know something is coming. But you have to nurture it. You have to water it. See, in moments of darkness, when it comes to people, people tend to not nurture it. You put more negativity in it, and that's what you actually give birth to. More negativity. So you got to be mindful as to what it is that you're watering, how you're nurturing yourself through those dark periods. All right. So let's see what else you got, baby. Look at that. The Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Page of Pentacles. Coming up under the Seven of Pentacles here. Now you got the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Now, Page of Pentacles is being aware now of these next step or this new book that you're entering. Whew. Speaking of 38 and 27, all of this godly energy that's coming in, but look at this transformation here. It's starting for some of you with the solar plexus, and you got the Page of Wands. From the Page of Wands to the King, there goes the Tower right up under that, and the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. The fuck is this? I'm with it. This is what you got at the bottom of the deck right now. But who's receiving this? So this is like, wow. Okay. This is what's happening to most of you right now. You have to decide what you're going to do with this energy. You're going to feed into it again, or you're going to move forward and handle this anxiety so you can step into your power and all that you know about self, your self-worth, so you can receive this energy here that's being presented to you. Now that it's this way, it's wild how I placed it that way because, yeah, once you realize that, but it was like this at first. So the King of Wands can go back to the Page of Wands if it sits here and tolerates this type of energy that is confusing. It's not so much confusing. You just have to have accountability for what you now know. It's going to cause a Tower moment in your life. Tower moments are great. It's a shift in your foundation. I mean, if it's going to shift and you get this Ace of Wands and this Ace of Cups, that's deep, passionate love right there, if you ask me too. A lot of abundance. Tell me more about this over here. You got Wunjo, the rune of light, number 12. Fruits of one's labors. Harmony, hope, fellowship, perfection, kindred. Harmony between the ego and higher self. Strengthens links and bonds. Joy through true will. Master of the law of attraction. This is why some of y'all need to go to your human design. That's exactly why. Because some of you don't even know that you're manifestors or manifesting generators. That literally whatever it is that you say or think, there it is. Intelligence is simplifying the complex. 1717. Follow the voice of your heart. Ask yourself, is this belief system? That's what this King of Wands doing over here. That's what is happening over here. Does this belief system, all right, where you weren't fully being recognized and rewarded, just tolerated, does it serve you? I'm pretty sure it don't, because it sounds like giving yourself the benefit of the doubt. Where's the benefit? We'll wait. There is none. Is this the belief system that allows your soul to thrive, or someone else's opinion adopted as a belief? So now this is taken also away from your self-expression if you really don't handle that, right? And you got 6 to 9 months, God energy, 203. Some of you are initiating yourself. Your initiation is your experience. For some of you, this may have something to do with the paternal figure, a father or authority. Some of you didn't receive that type of love, and this is why you experience what you experienced thereafter, but that was all part of the process. So you can have this rebirth and step back into the fullness of your spirituality, your soul's mission, healing the division breach between the body, mind, spirit, and soul with herbs, magic, divination, crystals, prayer, affirmation. Some of you are connected to belief systems that literally blocked you from this. But like it says here, refuse to blame others for the lack of success in all areas of life. Then we have first deacon. Let's see if we get a zodiac sign. But it says tell the truth, and we do have a first deacon of Aquarius, which would be telling the truth. 5 of Swords vibes. Those are conflicting conversations, but that conflict is more so stemmed from fear, not wanting to do it because you're worried about what somebody has to say. That shit is none of your business. Do what you got to do for you. And pay attention to when people disregard that. Because then you find yourself getting into these back and forths unnecessarily now. What you explaining yourself for your well-being. Pay attention to how to what people are saying to you when you are deciding to step into a part of your journey or phase in order for you to regroup and fill your cup back up. Because some of you got people that are really just okay of you just being on an empty cup, giving off fumes. And we got Aquarius and Sagittarius, first deacon. You got Aquarius, first deacon will be the 5 of Swords, Venus in Aquarius. Sagittarius, first deacon is Mercury and Sag. So for those of you who have Mercury and Sag, you may actually be a Sagittarius as well. Then you have Sekhmet and Bas, goddess of war and destroyer of all enemies of the sun god Ra. You do not want to get in her way when she's handling those hidden situations. Get out the way. Because this is the year of harmony, union, soulmates, divine love. Like it says here, love never gives up, and it is faith, hope, and patience. And its faith, hope, and patience never fail. 1 Corinthians 13:7. So now that we know that, okay, what must they do moving forward here? Look at that Ace of Cups and the Moon. Moving forward, here you go, boo. Moving forward. Literally what we were just saying, put an end to all this energy that want to rush and make you do things when you would, because some of you are really selfless. You know, you do a lot for others. It's time to put that back into you, because that's why you're here now. You know what I'm saying? You put yourself in situations where your intuition tells you, you know, if you do that, you're not in the mood, but you still do it. No. There's a reason why your intuition is speaking to you that way. Or why your body is like, when you have that moment, listen to that. That's a no. That's a strong ass no. It's just the logic aspect wants to give you a reason. But if you follow your intuition, like the Starseed Oracle deck says, follow your intuition before it makes sense. The intuition is not logical. It's from a different center, right? Put an end to all of that. And these conversations and it don't even have to be conversations with others, conversations with you. This some of you are literally will be breezing through this transformation as well once you realize, wait a minute, hold up. That's not for me. And I'm just forcing it. You shouldn't have to force anything that makes you feel good. It feels good because it just flows. Or it feels divine because it just flows. So anything that's coming in quickly and make you impulsive, it's time to put an end to that. It's time to put an end to that. Look at that. Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. And go back to the Starseed Oracle. We're going to finalize it there. You got the blue flame as I split the deck, which speaks of spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Yes, it is. Integration time speaks of Jupiter. The growth you had in integrating it in society. When you integrate it in society, that means you're being accepted. If you're not being accepted, then there's no merge of what it is that you're bringing to the table. Like that balance card here, bringing everything to the table. Go where this is accepted, including you being that person that can levitate with your wings. Oh, some real shit. Deep cellular healing. What's the message? Final message, beloved. Final message, y'all. Fall into my arms. Wow. Surrender. Holding the opposite extremes of life. I'm telling you, man. They like, drop it. Just drop it. Whatever your worries are, whatever your doubts are, drop it. Give it to Source. It knows what to do with it. I promise you, yo. Some of you, low-key, don't want to do it because you're afraid of what may change in your life. You're not telling nobody that. You watch videos, you ready to go, you ready to do this, but as soon as you stop watching any of these videos or lives or readings, you go back to the old you. Not after this one. Fuck that. Give that shit up. It's no longer yours for you to carry. Drop them burdens. Drop that shit. Drop the burdens. So when these energies that want to seek your light, you can stand tall and say, I know what you are. I know who you are. You just need some love right now, though. There's one thing about a crazy situation, doesn't like to be called crazy, but it enjoys being crazy. But once you use or once you tell the truth about it, it's like, yeah, you. Mm-hmm. Jump in. Jump into the vision of the mind's eye. Listen to some old school love music after this if you must. Like, listen. I get it. Today was a little. What we feeling now? Those of you who were in here from the beginning, what y'all feeling now? Did you feel better? Let me know. Let me know. Okay. This is for you. Let's see. Fall into my arms. The great mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often, we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded. And when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow. And it's through the extremes of light that we do, extremes of life and light, that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life. The agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burdens, and doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived. You're basically writing your own story. You see how you watch a movie and it has all these twists and turns and you enjoy it? That's basically what it is for you right now. You drop the burdens, you feel much better. Good. Yes. Yes. Come on. It's got chills too. I'm going to place this on my heart portal. You can place your hand there as well. All right. It says, place the card on the portal of your heart and whisper the following. I am ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I'm carrying onto the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. I'm ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I'm carrying onto the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. I am ready to embrace the extremes of life. I lay all that I'm carrying onto the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. Before I even cut off of here, I want to share this message. It's a prayer, okay? Heavenly Creator, Father, and Mother, in the name of the Son, I come asking for your help. When I say Son, I mean the Sun, el Sol, your soul, okay? And all that is connected to that in the physical form. I come asking for your help and partnership. Forgive every person that has hurt me, offended, abused, or mistreated me. I cancel the influence of the spirit of offense, the spirit of abuse, the spirit of molestation, the spirit of abandonment, the spirit of manipulation, and every other spirit that has taken the occasion of my pain to secure a place of influence in my life. Now, I thank you for unraveling the knots of influence that have been created between me and anyone who has been used as an instrument of deception and distraction by these spirits. I pull down the stronghold of unrighteous attractions that reside in my soul and intend to cancel my freedom. I forgive. I do not seek apologies or closure from offenders. I only seek liberation of my soul. I let them go, and I reclaim control of my life and my future. So shall it be. Ashe. That shit almost made me want to cry, though. Real shit. Wow. Here's another one. The prayer to redefine self as righteous and be in accordance with God's will. Heavenly Mother and Father, I thank you for giving me a self-revelation. I have allowed my past mistakes to define me. I have limited my view of possibilities to a false sense of unworthiness. My choices consciously and subconsciously have been according to this diminished self-view. My relationship choices have been severely impacted by my inability to see myself as you do, Holy Spirit. I ask you to purge every part of my soul, the collective soul. Now, as I'm saying, this is you. I ask you to purge every part of my soul that is striking with a broken self-perspective Reveal my true worth and give me a sincere desire to cleanse my heart from compromise. Help me to forgive myself and to accept your grace, forgiveness, and your view of me. I surrender every relationship that I have developed to your oversight and influence, Most High. I give you permission to influence my heart against every relationship that is based on my former sense of worthlessness. I declare that I am free from every stronghold of self-condemnation and poor self-perspective in the Son's name of the Most High. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Before I sign off, I want you all to take 4 deep breaths, okay? Inhale for 4, hold it for 4, and exhale for 4. If you feel like you need to do it longer thereafter, then go ahead, okay? Do it on your own timing. I just want to let you know that. Just make sure you're cleansed from all of this. I just saw the flower of life. You're cleansed from all of this. Okay? I love you. I love y'all so much. Just know that. Because some of us go through this journey, we feel like we're not loved, but you are. More than you know. You're loved by a being of frequency that is eternal. It just doesn't go away. And that in itself can be overwhelming. But you're not here to do overwhelmed anymore. That's no longer a part of you. You are in a time of the moment of magic, the moment of the star, the age of Aquarius. You can have whatever it is that you desire, want, say out your mouth. So make sure you speak life to your life. And put life into your body as well. I love you.